Is he ready to start in the NFL? And it was a little bit of a warning flag. He's like, nah, not yet. That tells me it's probably some maturity issues. But every 3 or 4 years, there is a college quarterback that comes out. Now, Haskins didn't qualify as this, but we do know now that Haskins simply wasn't mature enough. He just wasn't ready to run a $5 billion franchise. But about every 3 or 4 years on this show, a college quarterback comes out. He's always talented. Baker Mayfield, Jameis Winston, Johnny Manziel. I was a little tough on Cam, not as much as Baker or Johnny or Jameis. And I question their maturity. And without exception, the media freaks out and the fan bases freak out and everybody freaks out. And do you know why I question maturity? 2 words. Dwayne Haskins. Washington just wasted 2 years babysitting a quarterback. I think we should have a new term for quarterbacks. I had Jimmy Johnson on a couple days ago, and he talked about the 2 things that mattered to him. Number 1 was decision-making. Number 2 was accuracy. Let's just be honest about this singular position. I'm not saying it matters in baseball, hockey, soccer, basketball. I'm not saying it matters at any position except quarterback. But this is the one position in American sports, perhaps international sports, where 2 words are really important. Are you uniquely mature? Because I don't think Dwayne Haskins is any less mature than the average 22-year-old. I don't. I think he's the average 22-year-old. But from now on, let's just all acknowledge that this doesn't matter in hockey, baseball, basketball. I don't even think it really matters in football. But when you draft a quarterback, he's going to have to be almost square, like Andrew Luck and Tom Brady and Russell Wilson. Uniquely mature for a 22-year-old. He's going to have to deal with the press. The linebacker won't. He's going to have to deal with the owners and some sponsors. The safety won't. He's going to have to memorize a playbook, not only for himself, but his teammates. The defensive tackle won't. Uniquely mature. I'm not blaming the player all the time. I mean, let's be honest. Sometimes parents aren't uniquely mature, and you don't find your way until you're 32 years old. But owners can't wait for that. And the problem being is when you get a Baker, or you get a Johnny Manziel, or you get a Dwayne Haskins, who they're just not perfect maturity-wise for the position, they often go to the worst teams. And the worst teams are the most chaotic, with the craziest owners, with the most impatient GMs. It's a Cleveland, it's a Washington, it's a Detroit, it's a Jacksonville, and that just compounds it. But everybody always freaks out. Let's just have a new rule on this show. For one position in American sports, baseball don't care, basketball, hockey, soccer, football don't care, for quarterback. Are you uniquely mature to get the keys to a $5 billion franchise? And if you're not, you're going to be criticized. And that's okay. Because Johnny's out of the league. Dwayne may be out of the league. Jameis, who's talented and productive, is now a backup. I'm not sure if Cam gets another shot, and he's been great this year. But the Dwayne Haskins story is why we ask the questions. It's why we bang on it. Washington spent the last 2 years in a competitive division just babysitting. Can't have it. Not at that position. Anything else? Guard, Mike linebacker, safety, punter, I could deal with it. Can at quarterback. So, I was watching Josh Allen last night, and if I was going to vote for the MVP this morning, it would be Aaron Rodgers 1, Josh Allen 2, and Mahomes 3. I'll get into that later. But there is a precedent for Josh Allen being absolutely horrible your first year in the NFL, and a year and a half later, maybe being the next great quarterback or in a short list of the next great quarterback. And it's interesting who the precedent is. We've seen it before, and we hear from this person all the time. Ever wonder how far an extra mile really goes? Drive a Mercedes-Benz van to find out. And they got a variety of vans. They have the Mercedes-Benz Sprinter. They have the Mercedes-Benz Metris. They're all built to match your play or lifestyle or work. They have options, cool options like blind spot assist or MBUX voice command technology. Get you directions, weather, all that kind of information. What better way to go the extra mile? And right now, you could have your very own upfitted Mercedes Sprinter van. How? Enter Fox Sports Radio's Ultimate Tailgate Rig Sweepstakes. Yeah, go to foxsportsradio.com, check out the details, the official rules, chance to win. I was just in the Mercedes-Benz Sprinter van about 10 days ago, 2 weeks ago. Multiple TVs, 2